Forgiveness in the Bible is a prominent theme. Yes, it's not uncommon for Christians to have questions about forgiveness. The act of forgiving does not come easy for most of us. Our natural instinct is to recoil in self-protection when we have been injured. We don't naturally overflow with mercy, grace, and understanding when we've been wronged. Welcome to today's program, Shujaa. I believe forgiveness is a choice we make through a decision of our will, motivated by obedience to God and His commandment to forgive. The Bible instructs us to forgive as the Lord forgave us. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 13, it says, "Bear with each other and forgive whatever grievances you may have against one another." But how do we forgive when we don't feel like it? How do we translate the decision to forgive into a change of heart? Okay, we forgive by faith, out of obedience. Since forgiveness goes against our nature, we must forgive by faith, whether we feel it or not. We must trust God to do the work in us that needs to be done so that the forgiveness will be complete. I believe God honors our commitment to obey Him and our desire to please Him when we choose to forgive. He completes the work in His time, and we must continue to forgive by faith until the work of forgiveness is done in our heart. How will we know if we have truly forgiven? We will know the work of forgiveness is complete when we experience the freedom that comes as a result. We are the ones who suffer most when we choose not to forgive. When we do forgive, the Lord sets our hearts free from the anger, bitterness, and hurt that previously imprisoned us. However, forgiveness is a slow process. Matthew chapter 18, verse 21 to 22 says this, "Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, 'Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother when he sins against me? Up to 7 times?' Jesus answered, 'I tell you, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. This answer by Jesus makes it clear that forgiveness is not easy for us. It's not a one-time choice and then we automatically live in a state of forgiveness. Forgiveness may require a lifetime of forgiving, but it is important to the Lord. We must continue forgiving until the matter is settled in our hearts. Pray for the ones that hurt you. I've found that prayer is one of the best ways to break down the wall of unforgiveness in my heart. When I begin to pray for the person who has wronged me, God gives me new eyes to see and a new heart to care for that person. As I pray, I start to see that person as God sees them, and I realize that he or she is precious to the Lord. I also see myself in a new light, just as guilty of sin and failure as the other person. I too am in need of forgiveness. If God did not withhold His forgiveness from me, why should I withhold my forgiveness from another? We forgive out of obedience to the Lord. It is a choice, a decision we make. However, as we do this forgiving, we discover the commandment is in place for our own good, and we receive the reward of our forgiveness, which is freedom. Thank you for watching.